A warm welcome to you here on TV News Hour, this hour on TV Sapiencia. The top stories today. No fewer than 200,000 more candidates crossed the 200 average mark in the Unified Tertiary and Matriculation Examination after the recent resit organized by the Joint Admissions and Matriculation Board, following the technical and human errors that marred the original examination. France Emmanuel Macron called in Vietnam today, Monday, for the preservation of a world order based on law as he started a tour of Southeast Asia, a region caught up in the confrontation between the United States and China. Nigerian sprint hurdler Tobi Amusan stormed to victory in the women's 100 meters hurdles at the Rabat Diamond League on Sunday, setting a new meet record of 12.45 seconds. My name is Chioma Victor. Welcome. Now on the news in full. We begin in education. No fewer than 200,000 more candidates crossed the 200 average mark in the Unified Tertiary and Matriculation Examination after the recent resit organized by the Joint Admissions and Matriculation Examination Board, following the technical and human errors that marred the original examination. In the resit, UTME results released on Sunday yesterday, JAMB noted that the majority of candidates, that's 1,365,479, that's 70.7% out of 1.9 million candidates scored below 200 after both the original examination and the resit. In the original result released by JAMB on May 9, 2025, over 1.5 million candidates out of 1.9 million candidates who took the examination had scored below 200 out of the total 400 marks, raising concerns in the country. Following sustained pressure, JAMB investigated the cause of the mass failure and discovered technical and human errors in its system. Consequently, it announced a resit examination for 379,000 candidates in Lagos and Southeast states. The results of the resit UTME were released on Sunday, that's yesterday, revealing that a good number of candidates who previously scored below 200 crossed the average mark this time. JAMB indicated that after the resit UTME, the number of candidates who scored below 200 marks shrank from over 1.5 million to 1,365,479, indicating that about 200,000 more candidates crossed the average score. According to JAMB, the new results reflect an improvement in performance compared with previous years since the adoption of the computer-based test format in 2013. We move to security. The Nigerian Army has announced the arrest of 20 suspected oil thieves and the destruction of 19 illegal refining sites during recent operations across the Niger Delta region. According to the Army, over 589,000 liters of stolen petroleum products were recovered during the operations. This was disclosed in a statement issued in Port Harcourt on Sunday yesterday by the Acting Deputy Director, Army Public Relations, 6th Division, Lieutenant Colonel Jonah Danjuma. Danjuma said the successes were recorded during a week-long operation conducted between May 19 and 25, 2025 in collaboration with other security agencies across 4 states, Rivers, Bayelsa, Delta and Akwa Ibom. In Rivers, operations around Okolomade, Orashi and Ozochi Forest in Abua Odua local government area uncovered multiple illegal refining camps. Troops dismantled several sites and recovered 8 cooking ovens, massive storage facilities containing over 300,000 liters of illegally refined automotive gas oil, 250,000 liters of stolen crude oil, 7 reservoirs, 6 receivers and a generator. Similarly, at the fringes of the Imo River, troops destroyed 9 illegal refining sites, seizing 23 drum pots, 10 drum receivers, 321 sacks and over 16,000 liters of stolen petroleum products. In Oba Ndoni, Egbama local government area, troops recovered 245 sacks containing approximately 12,500 liters of illegally refined AGO. Away from that story, the House of Representatives has begun legislative action to prohibit commercial surrogacy in Nigeria and establish a framework to regulate the practice solely for non-commercial, altruistic and of course, altruistic purposes. Now, this follows the introduction of a bill for an act to protect the health and well-being of women, particularly in relation of surrogacy and for related matters. The bill, sponsored by Uchenna Okonkwo, who represents Idemili North, Idemili South Federal Constituency of Anambra State, was presented earlier last week on the floor of the House. The proposed legislation, which is expected to return for debate this week, seeks to ensure that surrogacy in Nigeria is safe, ethical, and regulated. It specifically focuses on protecting the rights and health of women involved in surrogacy arrangements. The bill proposes a maximum penalty of 2 years imprisonment, a fine of 2 million naira, or both, for anyone found guilty of violating its provisions. According to Okonkwo, the general aim of the bill is to provide a regulatory framework that protects the physical, emotional, and psychological well-being of women, particularly those involved in surrogacy arrangements. A band of well-armed kidnappers today, that's in the morning, early hours, stormed Grow Homes estate within the Chikakore axis of Kubwa, Abuja's largest suburban town, holding residents hostage. For over an hour, it was gathered from terrified residents that the incident happened between 12 a.m. and 1:30 a.m. One resident who confirmed seeing a man and a woman taken away by the kidnappers said at daybreak, the woman was later found within the estate, having been freed by her abductors for unknown reasons. He, however, could not ascertain the number of persons kidnapped. We are following up on this story and we'll keep updating you. Now, stakeholders under the auspices of Competitive African Rice Forum Nigerian chapter, that's CAFFSD Nigeria, at the weekend, cried out over threats the country's rice industry was facing due to selective waivers, smuggling, and market distortions. Chairman Board of Trustees Peter Dama said Nigeria's rice value chain was not the source of food inflation, adding that it was the most scalable, inclusive, and solution available. He also said CAFFSD Nigeria, as a broad coalition of rice farmers, processors, millers, marketers, NGOs, and development partners, have been supporting the government and was always ready to support the government in building a rice secure, which is economically stable and politically safe for Nigeria. Away from Nigeria right now, France Emmanuel Macron called in Vietnam today, Monday, for the preservation of a world order based on law as he started tour of Southeast Asia, a region caught up in the confrontation between the United States and China. During a press statement alongside his Vietnamese counterpart Long Truong in Hanoi, Macron said a rules-based order was necessary at a time of both great imbalance and a return of power-driven rhetoric and intimidation. The president presented France as a reliable alternative for Vietnam, caught between Washington, which is threatening to impose enormous levies on its exports to the United States, Beijing, an important trade partner with which it is also embroiled in territorial disputes in the South China Sea. After his arrival in Hanoi late Sunday, the first stop of a 6-day trip that will take in Indonesia and Singapore, Macron emphasized a shared vision with Vietnam, a country of 100 million people experiencing stellar growth. On Monday, that week today, around a dozen agreements were signed between the two countries, including in the field of nuclear power, which Hanoi is keen to develop as it seeks to meet soaring energy demands. Away from that, United States President Donald Trump yesterday Sunday defended his administration's decision to block Harvard University from enrolling foreign students following a court ruling that temporarily halted the move. Trump, writing on his Truth Social platform, criticized the prestigious university for hosting nearly 31% of international students while claiming that they receive no financial contribution from their home countries. The controversy began last week when Homeland Security Secretary Kristi Noem revoked Harvard's authority to admit foreign nationals. Noem had previously warned the institution that it must release information on student visa holders allegedly involved in illegal and violent activities or face consequences. Away from that, we move to the world of sports, where Nigerian sprint hurdler Tobi Amusan stormed to victory in the women's 100 meters hurdles at the Rabat Diamond League on Sunday yesterday, setting a new meet record of 12.45 seconds. Amusan's performance eclipsed the previous meet record of 12.151 seconds set by American Brianna McNeil in 2018, making it a standout achievement for the 2022 world champion and record holder. The race, which took place just before the main broadcast of the meet, saw Amusan dominate the field, pulling away decisively from the rest of the competitors. Her time of 12.45 seconds also stands as her season's best. That's it on the news. A quick reminder of our top stories. No fewer than 200,000 more candidates crossed the 200 average mark in the Unified Tertiary and Matriculation Examination after the recent resit organized by the Joint Admissions and Matriculation Examination Board following the technical and human errors that marred the original examination. France Emmanuel Macron called in Vietnam on Monday, that's today, for the preservation of a world order based on law as he started a tour of Southeast Asia, a region caught up in the confrontation between the United States and China. Nigerian sprint hurdler Tobi Amusan stormed to victory in the women's 100 meters hurdles at the Rabat Diamond League on Sunday, setting a new record of 12.45 seconds. Well, that's it on the world news. Many thanks for joining us today. My name is Chioma Victor. Thank you for watching, and do have a great Monday and a splendid week ahead of you. Stay with us.